Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today I am going to teach you the Trompowski attack. Let me adjust my camera. And the Trompowski attack is one of my favorite openings. And the reason I'm playing against a bot is because I want to know what they're going to play. Not for the whole game, of course, but for the opening, because they need to play some specific moves for it to become the Trompowski attack, which are quite popular, so don't worry. You'll get this in a lot of your games. And the other reason that I like to play against bots is because they play the opening, and because I had another reason. But the Trompowski attack starts with d4, and this bot almost always plays knight to f6. And it will play knight to f6. And I will play this. Yeah, knight to f6, and this is the Trompowski attack. You play bishop to g5, anticipating the e-pawn to move somewhere, and then this will be a pin. Yep, the e-pawn moved, and this is the classical defense. So against this, it's kind of boring, honestly. And I like to gain space with the c-pawn. And then I'll just play like some normal kind of thing. Okay, so they blundered their queen? I think we need to play a new game against this bot. What? Is their idea that my king is kind of trapped, and after this, it takes and takes. Oh, this bot's actually smart? Oh, okay, that's actually very smart by this bot. I thought that bot just blundered their... Okay. It did just blunder the queen. I thought it was going to take like this, and then like this, and then this, check, and I would have to block with the queen, and they would take my queen. But they did not play that, so I just won a queen. I'm just going to defend and attack the knight. And, yeah, now I'm just kicking away the bishop. Yeah, I think we have to play another game against this bot, because normally it doesn't blunder its queen. That is very odd. Yeah. It's 1500. 1500 shouldn't blunder its queen. So yeah, I'm just going to resign and play a new game where it hopefully doesn't blunder its queen. It always plays knight to f6. That is very, very odd. Yeah, there we go. Knight to f6. There's a lot of lines. I like playing against knight to e4 best. Because it's just fun. You gain a lot of space and stuff, and I like it, especially against c4, but this is just so boring. So I like to try to make it dynamic with c4, and then I just play normal. And then I just play knight to d2, here and here, and just position. But it seems to like blundering its queen here. So come on, bot, don't blunder your queen. We're just gonna play this again. This line. Oh, you don't play d4. Okay. So we're gonna give this bot one more chance not to blunder its queen. And if it blunders its queen again, then I'll probably just restart with a new video. But yeah, so knight to f6, bishop here. And if we get this and this, they should not be playing knight to e4 because that blunders their queen. Okay, so we get the Trompowski. If we get this, then we're going to play c4. And if it plays knight to e4, I mean, it's not exactly a blunder because the bishop will come. Okay, so they played this line. I like this line. I like playing against it. I'm just going to play knight to d2. They're like, oh, why didn't you play knight to c3? Because I want to play c3 with my pawn and build this pyramid-like structure seen in the Stonewall and the London. So now we know they're going to castle queenside. Excuse me. I'm just going to play e3. And at some point we're going to go for f4. This move looks a bit premature. I'm just going to attack it. And I'm okay with this trade. And I'll just put all my pieces, or I'll put all my pawns on the dark squares. And, yeah. No, they trade the knights. I don't know what that was for. They had a great knight in the center. They could have just defended it again and had a clamp on this e4 square. But they choose to play this odd chess. So I will take this pawn. This is still a 1500, right? Let's hope so. Okay, they attack the pawn. I think that's a good move. I'll just play queen here, defending. Pawn here, then I'll just take, and the two pawns have actually switched places, which I find quite funny. But maybe it's just because I'm a chess nerd. Most people probably don't find that quite funny. So maybe g4, or this, looking for the queen trade. And this knight looks very weak. But I want to keep the bishop pair. So I'm going to bring my bishop. I'm just going to long castle because I can't keep the bishop pair. They can come here. But I'm not really scared of that. I don't really care. I mean, like, yes, but... Like, the knight's just going to have to move away again. And they don't. They just pin my knight. So now I'm going to attack the knight and try to make it take the bishop. If it doesn't, I'll just move my bishop. Okay, now it takes the bishop. I'm attacking this pawn, and it doesn't look very easy to defend. Sure, you can play something like c3. Oh, fancy, long castles. I'm just going to double up and attack. But I'm expecting, yes, c6. This is a free pawn, no? I see. I'll take this rook. And then I don't know whether I want to play knight here, hanging this pawn and just like saying I'm gonna attack your bishop and you're gonna have to be very passive. But actually here, it's not very passive. But I'm just going to trade again to bring their king out into the center. Then again, it's an endgame, so I should be completely fine with that. Now they have the advantage with the bishop. I was about to say they have the advantage with the bishop pair, but they just did that. So I have this kind of zigzag kind of structure here. I'm going to take this. Now this pawn is free, but then I win another pawn because the bishop no longer guards this. So they should probably take this. And then I'll try to dislodge it and get some sort of trade maybe. Or I could play f4 and takes... I mean f4 looks fine actually. f4 looks very fine. Now I have a better pawn structure. I have a 3-on-3 and a 3-on-1. I'll just trade off this and 2-on-0 after that. And if you're wondering what all this 2-on-0, 1-on-1, it's the pawns on the queen side and the pawns on the king side. So on the queen side, we have a 3 on 3. And on the king side, we have a 2 on 0. So I'm going to maybe sack a pawn for activity, and then I'll take this pawn. But first I'm going to do this. And yeah, the king comes here, so I'm just going to push my h pawn. If the king ever... Okay. Get there. So I'm going to come here, and you're like, oh, but you're hanging this pawn. Actually, there's also this pawn being attacked. So now that happens, and I'm just going to defend my pawn. Now they move to attack. I think I have to lose a pawn here, which isn't pleasant. But I am up 2 pawns, so it should be fine. I want to come here, but then they can take, and then I'm very weak, and then it will be a 2 on 1, which is not good. But I will be able to push these pawns over here. So I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to try to trade off the bishops. Because if I do get to trade off the bishops, I'll be completely winning. So they actually shouldn't take this, I think. Yeah, so... yeah, I don't think they should take that. So I'm gonna come here. Maybe not the most accurate move. Now our pawns are kind of in this position here. It's almost zugzwang for me. Which is, zugzwang is a Russian term. Or German? Russian, I think. And it means one side. If one side is in zugzwang, then that means their side cannot move their pieces, or they can move their piece, but wherever they move, it would be a bad move. I could come here, and then if they take, I can actually come here and try to win their pawns. So I like that. I do like that. And now I'm attacking both these pawns, and they can't defend them both. In fact, I think I'll win them both. Win this. And this one will just push. But now I can attack it again, and their bishop can't defend it. And yeah, now they just move their king, and I'm just going to take this pawn, and I'm just going to run over here and take this pawn. And the endgame is completely winning for me. And I'm just going to move my bishop, keeping an eye on this pawn still. And I don't want to push it. Oh, they could make a draw. That's probably what they're trying to do. Okay, but I'm not going to accept that, and I'm just going to allow them to capture this pawn. And I'll just come over here and win this pawn, and then win the endgame. And now I am completely winning, and all I have to do is not blunder my bishop and all of my pawns somehow. Which is pretty straightforward, I think. I just have to push my pawns and win. So my king is kind of just stuck on a4. Doesn't have a lot of places to move. So I'm probably going to move my king. But, I mean, for now, my pawns are just in a rock-solid pawn chain. Protected by my bishop, kind of. And yeah, this pawn can just be pushed. And then I'm gonna push here, and they can't stop the promotion actually. Yeah, they hang their bishop for it. I'm gonna come here and here and here. I'm gonna promote to a queen. And then I will simply checkmate them with a king and a queen. It did indeed just get harder. The reason I'm saying that, the bot text line right here, it said this just got harder. I'm going to come here and try to corner this bot. So this is how you mate with a queen and king. You just cut off the king and bring him into this corner here. Now I could come closer, just so that he would be shuffling between these two squares. But I'm just going to bring my king in this way. I'm not going to pre-move the checkmate, because I might still stalemate. But now I can, yep, right there. Queen g2, checkmate. And that is how you play the Trompowsky, or at least that line. I might make a more in-depth video later. But yeah, for now, this is it. So, see you in the next video. Bye.